And there goes another 900 Air 900T merger on its way out. I don't know what the wee New Holland's going to do, a bit of testing or something over there now. But welcome guys to Slovenia, and we are with SIP. And SIP is a brand that has really been pushing themselves forward in the last few years. Absolutely everyone has to agree with that and accept that. Locally, they've been promoted through Farmec in Ireland, and for us up in the north, the John Deere network, so Johnson Geltman and Mower Farm Machinery have been working alongside Gary and Farmec in promoting and selling SIP products. This bad boy here, we haven't seen any of them yet in Ireland, but I've just stopped. This particular assembly line that I'm on here is actually only for assembling machines. So what that basically means is machines go through the line, they're all made and put together, and then in this particular line, these are machines that these guys are practically PDA and setting up, going out for local distribution, so built machines. So the likes of this here 15 metre mower, which is the world's largest mower technically. This particular one's going to be fully assembled here. I don't know whether it's gone off for use here or not, but so basically from what I can see, all's left to do here is hang 1, 2, 3, 4 more units on it. That's a complicated kit, but do you know what? Do you know what I'm going to tell you? It actually doesn't look as awkward as I once would have thought it would be. Its travel width folded in is within the 3 metres. It's on 710 tyres, and it has steering. It's a shorter wheelbase than the 1250 SIP rake. So like, why wouldn't this be manoeuvrable? I don't know. Ugh. Right. Okay. Still though, wouldn't it be cool to be able to move quicker than a big M with a tractor, if that was possible? But anyway, guys, I'm going to take a wee walk through the factory. Love you to all come along with me. As I say, I thoroughly enjoy the last couple of days here learning a bit about SIP. I mean, in the last 6 years, SIP has literally doubled its turnover. They are trying to really promote themselves as specialists in the field of hello. So there's a tour. I think these guys are from Latvia, I think. Getting a wee tour around. We just let them carry on. Hello! So we are doing very well. We're just sneaking about the factory here whilst you're paying attention elsewhere. Have fun, see you later. That's the boss. The way in which I've come in here, we're going backwards. Hello. Hello, Ruthie. Hi. So Ruth's taking some videos. What's happening, Ruth?
Craig's in there getting a bairn being made.
Craig's making a bairn? No, he's on his phone. Whoa, are you behaving yourself? What's happening in here, Craig? Whoa. From this to this. And I go, hey guys. I'll keep walking around the factory, so as you can see, we've just been left alone. We're getting some nice shots of the factory. At GRASSMEN we had the SIP 900 9 metre, or the Spider Tedder, and we had the Star 720 rake. Super products, we actually couldn't fault them, and anyone that we know that has them can't fault them. There's a Spider 775 going through. So this line here is running through tethers. This guy here, they're running all the mowers, so the mowers come in here, they get run up to speed. So this is like a drive line test. So it's nice, you're sitting in the factory and you hear the mowers all get run up to speed. And in the mower range, these guys do everything from an Alpine edition, which is light. You could maybe look at it, Alpine's very light for a reason. Because it needs to be up in the side of mountains, like we're going really right down in the side of mountains. And anybody that's been blessed enough to travel know exactly what I mean. And then you have the in between, I suppose, large scale farmer type thing, and then you have the heavy duty range, which is more for your contractors, etc. Like there's just guys here flat out, so these guys here, hello, the mower comes out through, as I said earlier on, it comes out through, it gets its final test, and these guys are getting the curtains and the stickers on it. This is a disc 270 coming through here. And I guess I'm going to say that's an Alpine edition, but how do you know? Look over at this line. So here's another line. Kubota. We're bringing through air. I think the reason for the name air is because it lifts the grass up and it saves any contamination. Now SIP have done some trial work, but I think we all know that mergers actually are, in theory, better for the quality of the grass. I don't think anyone can take that away from the quality. It's just, I think, you know, in Ireland with us guys, in the UK as well, we're operating these monster harvesters. Probably we don't need the size of harvesters that we have. Current offerings of 9 metres isn't enough for those bad boys. I mean, 4-rotor rakes really are king, aren't they? Let's be honest. And we know, even with Sam Monk out in Australia, he just much prefers for speed and throughput at this stage. Now, bigger ones are coming, I'm told that. So, bigger ones are coming, so watch this space. Now, we've seen this design before. We're no stranger to the pickup system that is used here. We've seen that on the Reiter machine. I think these guys make that for Reiter. I stand to be corrected. So this is for your mower. Take off your M25 nut, lift off your spring washer. You have 4 brass pins in there. You hit a foreign object, you have this protection system. You break the brass pin, screw this off, lift this off, and 4 new pins and you're away. And this whole unit, it will stay attached to more. And literally 10 to 15 minutes, if even, you will have that fixed and bang on. I'm no mechanic and even I can do that. Powder coat line, they have a wet paint line as well, but this is the powder coat line. So basically a lovely new paint system runs through, pops up out, and it's mostly there red and grey. I like red and grey. They do a lot of their own heat treatment here. They make a lot of their own gears here. Pretty much a one-stop shop. Sheet metal in, finished product out. Have to give that to them. But I think as a company now, it's been difficult. 70 years old. You have to remember you're in Slovenia. I think it was only 1991. This is like a wee team meeting hut. Look, this boy here, he's a happy face. And these boys here have got it's just alright face. 1991 was, I suppose, the collapse of the Yugoslavian, whatever you want away, we'll get. And from 1991, it took until 1995 for SIP, SIP to start exporting some products. So like times would have been different there, and we have to remember that. Then I think there was a few dark days, a few dark years. 2007, they became a private company with an owner, shareholders, etc. And that is when SIP has really took off. Look at this here, boys. So this is a big shot blasting unit. It can literally hold everything. So they make muck spreaders here. They wouldn't be for our market. Again, more of a local European thing. But I think they do up to like 14 ton. A big chamber there, a blasting, like stuff's coming out of there proper. So this is our wet paint line. So they still have certain products that the powder coating maybe doesn't necessarily work for, maybe isn't efficient enough, maybe it's wearing parts that doesn't warrant it. I don't know what the genuine reason, but they still have a wet paint line here in the oven. So they're running both. My assumption would be it's cheaper to wet paint line and that certain wearing parts are going to lose the paint anyway. Don't know. And that's something I have noticed. Walter Shield, SKF, a lot of bearings, housings, and the quality control side of what they do is genuinely top drawer. Either that or they played a really good game and convinced me, but it is. Anything that's bought in, every first item is taken by default, put through a rigorous quality control test, and if it's not right, they just don't use it. You know, whenever you get an oil yoke and the axle falls off because it wasn't tightened up enough. In this case, it's Milwaukee's fault. So this is the start of the process of the line of the tethers. Something similar to the one. Hello, how are we? Something similar to the one we would have had. So this will be a spider. They like the old tunes, hey? They have a great vibe on them, these guys working. Oh, here's the most contentious part of any product that involves these things. Are the tines any good? Boys will have to answer me that one, I don't know. So this is obviously trailed. This is obviously mounted. Or maybe this is the bit that goes onto the trailed. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rotor. Oh ho. How come the other boys get a New Holland and these boys get a Pasquale or whatever it is? There she is, boys. A Spider 1110T. Now we had the 900. Super tether. I genuinely loved it. But for me, I would be buying a mounted one at that size and I would only be going up to the trailed ones when I got bigger. Having said that, and I have had this argument with guys many times, that they wouldn't go for a mounted, they would always work with a trailed, even if it was the same size. To me, there's a lot of extra expense there. Tractors can do it, but this is why you have to offer all of these things. No one person is right. So we're obviously in our final stages of this Spider. So we have our hydraulic system here that we can plug her all in. Your guys getting her all tuned up, ready for testing. All the grease points, all I know is they're brutes to wash, and this one here is obviously ready for out. Wow. And that's our wet paint line. And there's an oven in there, a guy preps it, and then there's a big lad Big lad standing in there flat out spraying, but the powder coating seems to be some job now. So we're kind of now nearly heading more towards the beginning. You can see all the jigs and all set up, a lot of welding and all going on in here. I'll come back in through the, look at that there. That would, oh, if you're into that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm going outside. It's cool out here, you know. This is, in essence, how your 15 metre mower shapes up. So on this one, the K80 ball, or steering. One of the things I'm sort of liking, not too many connections into the tractor. All these things make a difference. This is just non-conditioned, straight set up, so that'll be a silver cut disc 1500T. But if I step back now, you'll get an appreciation of how they mount them. So big lads mount it there on the back, sort of back over the back of that axle. But on that axle, with that steering, it's a lot shorter wheelbase from there to there than it is even on the big rake. A good bit shorter. One of my favourite parts. Slovenia has a population of about 2 million people. So I think in relative terms about the size of Munster, I think. And for those who don't know what Munster is, it's a big part of Ireland. I genuinely mean it when I say it's sheet metal in, and they're practically doing everything here apart from their gearboxes and a few gears. They do make a percentage of gears here as well. You have to remember, I think in 6 years, these guys have doubled their turnover. Doubled their turnover. Doesn't matter whether they're considered small or not small, or a big player. Doubling your turnover in that level of time. Huh? Anybody want a wee Granny Smith there? And we head over to this side of the factory. A lot of heavy big bits of kit working. Craig actually broke one yesterday. He stepped in front of an old yellow line. Hello. Everybody's really friendly too. I like that. A lot of big bits of kit in here working, pressing, lasering. Class. Gotta love it. So again, we have a lot of our metal comes in. There's another store down the back. I have videos I don't think I'll get walking to it, and this one it's just too far away and I'm too lazy. But Liftmaster. And it comes inside, keep it all inside. All about temperature control and all of this crack. I'm not that. And in the summertime, obviously they can maybe open up and do things a wee bit different. Hello. Good lad. The old wipe of the old brew there. Works in every language. This is a serious bit of kit here. This is the yoke Craig broke yesterday because he walked between the laser line by mistake. He's not just running there at the minute, but I mean, just like an automatic loader, and it just keeps banging up the pipe or whatever it is, the box section, and just bound down, just has everything just boom, 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 just. This basically that does this. Sorts it all into all the profiles of everything that they need. And Slovenia, if I'm right, has quite a proud tradition of die casting and aluminium and all of that. So, you know, I think there's an awful lot of the automotive industries throughout the rest of Europe, Germany and France and all, are big into using Slovenian produce from that point of view. And here's just, listen, You're into your bits that are being bought in now. SKF. You know what I mean? Very top of the end. No, recognised brands. What else have we got running along here? Walter Shield. Don't get much more recognised, do you? Blackout curtains. Wouldn't know a lot about that there now, to be fair. And a lot of aluminium used in some of the Alpine models and things like that there. I suppose that's because they're really pushing that lightness side of things. Again, Walter Shield. Suppose not everything can be done. There's roll of that. Yep, Star 850, or 35 Alpine Edition, etc. All your bits and pieces. Traffic jam here at the door. And there's all like your parts and bits and bobs, and these guys organise all of that and get it ready. It's a good job. And then we're kind of back down to where I started. Look. Ooh, gears. More steel. I wonder if they ever notice a lot of them sneaked in the plane high, because they'll see them old guards and stuff for the price of the shaft getting. Serious. just in case you. And that's us, hey, literally. Oh, ADR axles, BPW axles was on the. BPW axles was on the big yoke. In here, and one thing I didn't notice, the yoke's running around to gather it all up. Combi lift, Monaghan company, great company by the way. Met their boss man a few times, different. He was doing like chats at like dinners and stuff. Really nice guy, massive business, but they specialise in machines. Big machines, heavy duty machines for small areas. But look, all the steel up in here. Bits and pieces, components, shafts, covers, belts. Oh, yeah. So this is all your stuff ready for out. Simples. So obviously, where we started off, the first line, what do we chat with? Stuff that they were assembling here that was going straight out. Probably on the farm, ready to go. This is how stuff's getting packed up. So this is your silver cut, obviously, for your set of butterfly mowers. That'll be packed up, put away, loaded up, sent out, and everything's kind of crated up in these yokes here for. Well, that's a mower. Oh, what have we here? Disc 300F. So that's a front mower. 3 metres, and there'll be no conditioner in that. And they're very proud actually in their mowers, just as a side point, of their S-flow. They've got a lot of up and down and lateral move with it. They're very proud of that actually. Must be a lot of butterflies heading somewhere is all I'm saying. You look in through there. Huh? That's all sitting there, ready, butterflies ready to head out. I did spy this here now. So this is, I'm assuming this is a 1500. So 1500 with a roller conditioner on it. See these roller conditioners, guys? I know in Ireland and the UK we're all into our conditioning. This is a big thing. I watched yesterday, and going through that line, there was more of these roller type conditioners, way more than conditioning tines, whether they were plastic conditioning tines or steel. Again there, look, there's your plastic. There's an Alpine mower. I rest my case. 2.6, that's 260S Alpine. You know what I mean? You can imagine in the side of your mountain, that's the job for floating about. light, meant to be light, made to be light. Something ridiculous, like only a handful of horsepower. Like even a Landini would drive that there. That's a private joke. I hope Cahill gets it. A lot of stuff to head out. Back inside, warm up. Soft. Getting soft. There we go. Ruth and Craig are back. Oh, it's nice and warm in here. Fair play to them. So guys, look, it's a bit of a long tour around. We'll probably cut it down, edit it down into something hopefully watchable for you all. But really enjoyed it. I mean, Sip, well done. Continued success. My mind can only imagine of some of the difficulties in the past, you know, and getting yourselves to this point where you're now playing with the big guys and you're trying to be a leading specialist in this, you know, this particular industry on the grass side of things. So I tip my hat to you from that perspective. It's great to see you at all the big trade fairs. It's great to see you pushing your name out, and the very fact that you have doubled your turnover in the last 6 odd years, with the opportunity of, you know, looking to double that again. Hello. I think fair play, credit to you as a company, and you know, look, hopefully the opportunity arises for us to be able to get involved, do some trialing, some work. That's that kind of explained. 3-year guarantee, quick coupling system, hydraulic breakaway system, great job actually, and well, conditioners, your CCSS, your DDSS disc protector, just what we showed earlier on. Boom, boom, boom. Sorted. S-flow, things like that there. They're very into that. There's a nice wee shot of it actually. -6 plus 14. Yeah. Do you want to see down in? Yeah. So here we go. Here's our gear. Here's our blade. Now this is off an Alpine edition, but anyway, 5.5 litres of oil. There's our spider. And there's our rake. Whee! Might need a bit of oil around that right enough. And back to this baby. Imagine that with 4 mowers and one in the front. Oh. Heavy duty driveline, but water shield again. It certainly looks strong enough, but when you get into a machine of this technical capability, there's no denying it, there has to be complications somewhere along the lines. But I can imagine if that was set up and running with any kind of level of, you know, reliability, which I would imagine it shouldn't not be able to do, I would love to have a go with it, and I think everybody would love to see it. And sort of points that are sticking out seem to be reasonably well protected, and the fact that your mower units are up that height to start with, I would imagine hedges, gates, things like that are genuinely going to be well protected. This, however, may not last. There's more of a chance now. At least if it was in there, something like that there, chances are on your turn coming off this big boy here might work. I don't know. I'd love a run of it. But you know, if you had a tractor like a Fendt terms a 942 plus hooked onto that there with its front mower, you'd nearly be against that wall over there. So it would need to have a really good steering system. Oh, and I suppose this guy here's obviously building a rig. So like, they have all the systems there. It's a strong bit of kit, boys. Lock of blades, breakaway system. Yeah, it's not any less complicated this side either, really. No. Wonder what price that bad boy is. He would say that there'd be no change out of 140 plus grand, I would imagine, for that there now. I must ask. We can put it in text at the time of final release what the actual price of this bad boy is. She weighs somewhere between 9 and 10 ton. But you've that over your back wheels of your tractor, and you've that over an axle back onto that. A set of butterfly mowers, most cases now, are 3 to 4 ton, aren't they? The back of the tractor. It's maybe not much worse accordingly, is what I'm thinking. Don't know. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the trip round SIP. I certainly did. Want the guys to keep her lit. Hope they do well. Hope we see more of them. Hope the John Deere network can do them justice and keep putting it out there in the north. I think in the south pretty much too. And you know, Gary Daly, the boss man basically, him and Stephen and now Cahill has joined them. They're great guys, and I'd love to see them do well and keep the ability to keep pushing it on. And it's good that we're looking over our shoulder, and it's good that these guys are trying to compete in a world market. I think it's fantastic. Anyway, good luck guys, keep her lit, and remember it's okay to not be okay. And thanks very much to everyone here who's brought us out and let us take a literally, as you can see in that wee quick tour around, not one person near me. They didn't care, nothing to hide. Really like that. Really like that. See you later.